Hi everyone, it's me Thom, and today I'm in the Dutch town of Valkenburg, which most people think is in Limburg in the south, but there's also a smaller village named Valkenburg here in South Holland, close to the city of Leiden. And these little tracks seem to be deserted. They're very narrow. It's called narrow gauge, and because they're open and narrow, it's completely safe for me to walk here, but there are actually trains that run here. Normally they're steam trains, but today we saw this. And to make sure that even though people walk all over here, the train can run safely, they have volunteers. And this volunteer was taking his job very seriously. So why is there a narrow gauge railway around a tiny lake in the Netherlands? Well, this is the Narrow Gauge Museum, or Small Spoor Museum in the Netherlands, and they have heritage trains that run in about a 3/4 loop around the lake. Now, these tracks weren't laid for tourist purposes. They originally belonged to the Leiden Water Company, who would get drinking water from the dunes near the North Sea. The tracks extended into the neighboring towns of Katwijk and Wassenaar, and they were like a maze through the dunes. The trains were used to transport people and goods whenever a pipe needed fixing. In the 1970s, a former Dutch soldier decided to use the railway lines to operate tourist trains. And in 1985, the Dutch government banned trains from traveling through the dunes, which they viewed as a nature reserve. So instead, the trains operated around this loop. Now, there are some plans to complete the loop and make it a full circle, or to restore the tracks back into the dunes. But for right now, the organization does not have enough money to complete either projects, but hopefully one day. Now, the rolling stock, in terms of locomotives, is very old, and it comes from both the water company and other places, but the cars aren't. In fact, they were all built in 1985 or even as late as 2000. But they still look vintage.